All right, GM, it's going to be just us for a second because it's going to take a few minutes for the other phone. I completely, dude, in this mess, forgot that it was tucked away in my car, completely dead. So I am currently charging it, and we'll get it up here, up and running in just a bit. But it's good to be back for the 102nd episode. Mr. Rooster, how is it going, sir? Happy Friday.
Happy Friday, GM, everybody. Uh, kind of personally just unplugged a little bit the last week. Was hitting the mountain a few times and, just enjoying some fresh air. Come back, all my Solana shitters are at zero. I can't fucking stand you people, dude.
I thought you said you were out of them last week.
No, I wasn't trading the new ones. I still had, like more of the medium to larger cap ones. I was just gonna let
Is this like
ride,
hog
like.
with hat and that type of stuff?
See, on ETH, you can let the shit ride and come back and it won't be at zero. No. Solana shows no mercy. Come back 4 days later, my shitters that have held up for the past 2 months are down like 80 fucking percent. I seriously can't stand the people that trade on that platform.
So tell me again, what is the definition of a shitter for you? You said they're medium to large cap. So is this? I haven't looked at some of the Solana stuff this week. Yeah, I've been kind of out of it this week still with like finalizing. I again, I hate sounding like a broken record. I just did not realize going into this. It's been so many years since I've done a big move. How freaking time consuming everything about it is. I'm finally like, today my objective is to get the office set up, finally done. But just getting everything over, everything officially out, fully clean, and then the unpacking process, going through, getting rid of stuff. And I think a big part of it is too, I never considered myself a hoarder, and I still don't think I'm a hoarder. But I think I've got some of those sentimental tendencies that I am having to fight as far as justifying what am I going to get rid of, what am I going to keep, etc. And it has just taken up a crap ton of my time.
Yeah, that's I still have some like souvenir T-shirts that I've never worn in like fucking 10 years or whatever. My girlfriend keeps trying to throw them out, but I'm like, maybe one day that'll come in handy. But yeah, no, I feel you there, dude.
Yeah, dude, it's like the t-shirts are a big one. I've thought about that too. I've got a bunch of these old t-shirts, and it's like, do I really need my old Rush shirt? Do I need this date party shirt from 10 plus years ago? Like, what good is that? I mean, I get the Comfort Colors tee. It was comfy at a time, and but like, even now, I'm probably too old to be rocking that even as a gym shirt. So it's one of those things where I've just got to, I think, cut the cord on a lot of this stuff and really just narrow down, right? Like, and it's tough to do though, because you think about it and there's some random reason that you make up in your mind, but it's not really real,
Dude, it was
right?
my favorite shirt when I was 6 years old. What do you mean, random reason?
Well, okay, exactly. You've got a reason for it, and that reason could be good enough. Um, by the way, Matt, get up here on stage.
He got the bronchitis.
Oh shoot. Well, that's sad. Um, R.I.P. Man, that's tough. Beach Dog, I'm calling you out. Get up on stage. I've missed your voice too. Though the Kaleo Rooster catch up is kind of nice right now, just on like quiet mode before I get this other phone set up. By the way, Rooster, I sent you just for the fun of it, I sent you another 169,000 no chill from Pythonomics thing. Some random person donated or they tipped me 10 million of it yesterday, which was like 100 AVAX worth of this meme coin. So I've just been sending out a bunch of big tips over the last day because they sent it to me just to tip out. And I know that you said that I don't know how many Pythonomics ended up giving you, but I'm like, Rooster's got an account on here. I'll just send him a tip.
Yeah, I honestly didn't even check myself because I wasn't gonna fucking sell it, so I wasn't really worried about the dollar amount. I'm not gonna be like, oh yo, sick, cool airdrop from the homie. Let me just market order this bitch away. So yeah, honestly, ouch, I don't even know either. But I appreciate it, man. I'll have to open up a Stars Arena and
Well, I mean, hey, and first off, the Stars isn't there anymore. But second off, don't worry, it is a solid. I looked at it right now, valuation of $70 that was sent your way with that, aka future value $7,000.
future generational wealth is what
Yes,
I'm hearing.
yes, future generational wealth
I
7,000.
only came up here because you called me out by name.
I'm sorry, man. I didn't know that you were feeling
It's
that
all
way.
good, man. I love you guys.
Same.
Oh, looks like I got a call in today. I just got 80s is contagious, so
Yeah, you don't want to get anybody else sick. I completely get that. Hey, I do have a question for y'all. So before I join from the Clio account too, is there a way to start this using a computer? Right? Because I tried. I thought I could maybe do that. Sign in a LedgArt on X on the desktop, and then start it from there, and then join using the phone but like there's no way to start a space that I can figure out, at least using the desktop.
nah. I mean, not real. I think Pandas started with a desktop, but I think they use some like third party, and then they do spaces with faces, so almost like a live stream. Other than that, no, I have no idea.
You know they have video spaces coming out soon.
Video spaces, okay, that's gonna be sick. I'm not gonna
Dude,
lie,
I've
that
been
does
waiting
sound
for
pretty
that
sick.
for 2 years, bro. I can't wait.
Maybe that's the moment we get the Clio docs.
Oh shit.
Maybe, but probably not. That's the carrot dangle. But anybody who
Hey,
shows
I
up,
will say this, Rooster. Now I'm getting back in the gym. I'm feeling myself a little bit more. Been shedding some of those lbs again. Gonna get back
yeah,
up
I
there.
mean, got to grind them out for the 420 meetup at St. Pete's. So
Yes, sir. So hey, I am gonna get back down underneath 190 to 195 area. It's just like 10 pounds down to 195. That's not bad.
which, yeah, is
Easy
pretty
enough.
solid for a 4'10" Asian guy.
Yeah. Hey, dude, the fact that anytime I reply back that I'm like 4'10" or 5'1" on something when people ask, and they're like, "Oh, you're a heavy or a chunky boy, aren't you?" I'm like, bro, you really think you really, really think I'm a Trader SZ out there right now? Like, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That was a low blow. Um, oh, RIP. But I can't make fun of somebody that's doc. I can't make fun of anybody based on their appearance. That is a low blow, and I apologize.
How do you? What was your reaction to the FTX news?
Not surprised. It makes sense. You're talking about the valuation of the currency, right? For the way they're treating it,
Yeah,
right?
well, and they announced that they expect, or they're going to be paying customers back in full, and which I think is probably going to be close to a, capitulation level. So probably around like 18,000 per Bitcoin, which
Yeah,
still, anything is better than nothing, in my opinion. Do you think that they're giving you USD value, like a voucher for it, and you'll get paid out in USD, or do you think they're going to try and return? I don't think they're going to
I
return
I think
cryptocurrencies.
they'll do USD valuation. It makes the most sense, right? They're calculating it back, then do whatever. Because if they pay you in the valuation, like say the set currency, then there could be a lot of people that argue, oh, well, it fluctuated X amount by the time you delivered it. So, but I didn't receive the US dollar. So US dollar is the only way that makes sense. But I say all this based off the Mt. Gox claims, because you look at Mt. Gox back in the day, and that was a big argument, right? Where it was, okay, what level do we consider this for the debt, for the claim? It's like, is it really fair? You know, Bitcoin ran up and pulled a whatever X. There's no way possible that they'd ever be able to reclaim that amount of capital to be able to pay somebody back. And I kind of see it as the same thing. It's the really unfortunate part about this, but I don't think anybody should be surprised or really even complain about it, right? It sucks, but you know, what more do you really expect coming out of it? You know, at the end of the day, I think this is like there's precedent for it. It would be completely unprecedented for them to go and do anything else. I still think, and you know, I go back to it to this day. I like, had they never declared bankruptcy, I really think they would have been able to get out of this mess and actually make everybody whole. Um, I think there's a way that it could have potentially happened, but you know, like this is the route that they went. And especially when you're paying those, you know, whatever the litigation fees are for those attorneys that are handling this, however many millions of dollars, bro, they're going to get paid out as much as the people, you know, the claimees, right? Like how much value they just suck out of this. It's wild.
Oh yeah, in any cases like these, the lawyers are always the ones who come out on top. But honestly, I think it would be healthier for the market, for people to get U.S. like it's almost like a stimmy, right? Because if everybody wrote it off, like that money's gone forever, uh, and then all of a sudden it comes back into your hands, right? Even if it's fractions on the dollar, you know, it being USD and not in cryptocurrency. If it was in crypto, I feel like people would be more likely to dump at these levels, getting that type of stimmy. But with a USD stimmy, probably more likely to put it back into the market.
Yeah, you know, I mean, I agree to a certain extent. The average degen that had money on FTX, I would say I would expect 50% of that capital to just be reinvested. Right? Like expecting 100%, that's a little bit. Oh, let's be real. There's some people out there that they're going to take that, they're going to put it back in the bank. They were burned badly enough by the situation. They don't want to touch crypto again, right? And understandably so. I get it, right? But there are going to be a lot of degens that get it, and they're like, you know what? Hey, here's some change that I didn't really expect back, and they're going to go ahead and dump that back in. So I think we're going to get a nice reaction when it finally does happen. But it's just one of those things. It's a ways off. And again, it's unfortunate, especially looking at the way how, dude, it's just wild the way that worked out, right? It was so dang close. Had that bank run never spiraled out of control, and you can play the what ifs all day, but they were there, man. Like they were at the bottom. Had they survived just a little bit longer, the collateral was there, you know, as far as USD value. You look at what Solana did, you look at what some of these other things did. The run that we've had right now, just push that back a few months, right? It probably would have happened a few months sooner. And, you know, like it wouldn't have been as dire of a situation. And not only that, but you're also getting volume returning at that point. So they're getting more revenue generation. Some of those riskier venture capital type things have some, you know, decent substantiation behind the progress, with what is rolling out there and what they're worth. So, you know, you can go through all of those things. And eventually, you know what probably ends up happening after that? As much shit as we give them, they probably do eventually hire people to come in, make the situation right as the market turns around, and then they correct the ship without anybody ever knowing, right? And it sucks from the perspective, but like, probably, I honestly think that's the other route. And, you know, you can look through the whole evil side of it. The more I've gone through all of this, the less, and this is from somebody impacted by it. Quite, I don't think that SPF was actually this evil person. I just think that he was a greedy dude that got in a bind, and he's used to winning in
Dude,
life,
he's a
right?
fucking crackhead.
He's used to
He's a
winning, and
crackhead.
he was like, you know what? I'm going to win my way out of this, and he didn't know what to do, and he really just fumbled the freaking bag. Like I don't know, man. I don't think that he was capable of building something up like that, but he was never meant to run something like that, if that makes sense, right? That was the issue. He was good at architecting the come up, but he needed somebody else to run that ship. That was not what he was meant to do, right? Like, and that was the big issue with it. There were a bunch of kids that built something that honestly was pretty damn great that just didn't know how to handle it, right? And I've let bygones be bygones. He's got his time and time behind bars coming up behind him. It is what it is. I'm just ready for this situation to freaking be done. I'm ready for them too to tell us what the heck is, like the NFTs, for instance. Whenever you get the claim process, are they just going to give those back? I don't see why they wouldn't, but like TBD, right? So there are a lot of questions too, because there's some freaking amazing stonks on there. I know Matt's got a couple. I know B-Ways has some, and I just want an answer to that question, like what exactly is going to happen there? What are these geriatrics going to do and decide about how to handle that type of stuff?
Yeah, some of the people were talking in the Citadel, and we're absolutely trembling of the supply shock that's about to come in. The addition to the supply from the FTX wonkies pretty much probably should just sell everything now and rebuy, at the bottom.
RIP. Imagine, 100 more stonks in the entire supply pool that are basically locked away for good right now, right? Like that's kind of the way they're considered. Dude, I kid you not, I think like half of those are Hondos too. Like I think he actually put a ton of his stonks on there.
Yeah, B-Ways has 2 guppies on there. I know, and a few gorgeous ribbons. Because I mean, the carrot was send the prettiest stonks that you have because it's going in the FTX arena. So like, there's quite a few actual grails on FTX, which they're forced diamond hands, right? Like, who wanted to pay short-term capital gains on those grails anyways?
Yeah, so I like that would be the ideal situation with this too, right? Is that they just end up releasing this and it's like at the peak of the stonks, and we're just in the heart of the NFT bull market. FTX releases these and you're like, damn, I was forced to diamond hand these and like boom, look at that, I just got this grail that I kind of wrote off like back in my hands. I would love for that to be the situation that comes out of this, but that's one thing that I think is so far in the back of their minds that we just haven't heard what exactly is going to happen with it yet.
FTX just airdropped me 3 Lambos worth of Wonky Stonks.
I just want my ribbons, man.
The funniest thing about that is you sounded genuinely upset about the ribbons because you're
right. The sick made you sound like you're crying, man, and I'm sorry. I just want my ribbons. Beach Dog, welcome up to the stage. I'm glad that you accepted the challenge and the call and that you came up here. What is going on, my man?
Well, thank you for inviting me up on the stage. But at the current moment, I'm laying sideways and was about to, kind of take a little morning nap here. But it's all good. Things are going good.
Feel that.
No, it's all good.
What I heard is he wants us to liven up the spaces with some hot takes.
Oh, hot takes. Well, I have a controversial hot take here, apparently, but I don't know for sure. In my dabblings on the cryptosphere, I have there's a couple things going on. One is that I don't understand. Well, here it is. I've dabbled into the pond ecosystem since July, and I don't understand why everyone's so quiet about it in this space or anywhere else.
Are you talking about Polly's ecosystem?
Yes. What?
Dude, speaking about
Bro,
that,
here's
hold
the
on, hold
deal.
on.
My 2 cents on that. You know what? He's running a big Ponzi and a big scam, but somehow he has people that buy into it, and he's got that diehard community, and like it hasn't completely disappeared. So as long as the printer is printing, let it print. But
And somehow in this
That's
past 2 weeks, homeboy was able to get almost the exact amount of money from the Pepe fork that he needed to pay back Yuga, which was around like $15 million or something.
wait, why did he owe Yuga 15 million?
Remember they were doing that lawsuit, like the Ryder Rips lawsuit with Yuga and whatever. They were going to court, and yeah, Polly lost the entire thing, and then was ordered to pay.
Oh, yeah. Are you talking about it? Was this the one with the funks or whatever? Not.
Yeah, those and the Ryder Rips apes or whatever it was. It was like both of them, and then it was like the defamation lawsuit as well because he was calling them like Nazi empathizers and stuff like that. So, but yeah, ended up losing the case, and then all of a sudden, after this Pepe fork thing, he was able to extract like I think 98% of the money that he needed to pay back Yuga. So it's pretty funny.
I have yet to see any actual data that says that. That's my only disagreement with this. Is I love you guys, but I think you guys have like fallen into something different. I understand Pauly is extremely controversial to some, and I get all that, but the data, I mean, looking hard at the data, it doesn't show that. It shows, I mean, we're everybody that's held Pepe is going to get an airdrop here real soon. Y'all are going to get about 285 million uh, uh, port coins for it. Everybody, there's like 350,000 addresses that are going to be allowed for this. So I think that's where everyone is thinking that's like his, or he's making it for his court, but that's literally going to an airdrop to everyone who has interacted with Pepe on their ETH wallets. So if you've interacted with Pepe on multiple ETH wallets, you're going to be able to get like 285 million coins a piece, I think is what it comes down to.
But 280, like I don't know. When I look at the math of that, and you got 350,000 addresses getting 285 million coins a piece. Let's just call it 385,000 times one to be easy, because each 285 million is one unit. Right. So you've got 350,000 units. Now, let's say the market cap, if it somehow exploded to like a $50 million market cap to start off, even if it was 35 million for easy math, right? 350,000, 35 million. You're looking now at what I guess that could be $100 airdrop if that's 100% of the supply. But odds are
I was
that
thinking
airdrop percentage is going to be like 20% of the entire supply. So you're looking closer at like a $20 airdrop,
$40 drop.
Okay, so my math wasn't too far off on basic, and like not to say that's not terrible, but I just look at how much he's extracted through his various ventures on the time, and it just
I don't see, I can't find any of that he's personally doing that. Like I've followed this Pondcoin from its inception. I've played the game and everything, and everything this man has done through all of its like craziness, and all I can say is, you're also one of the ones that states for everybody, ignore the noise and look at the facts, look at the data. And that's what I've been doing with this. Both me and my wife, like combing through this shit. and he's freaking delivered on everything he said he's going to deliver. And I can't agree with you because I don't see any data that says the things you're saying. I agree there's a lot of hurt feelings and a lot of confusion out there, but remember to ignore the noise and look at the actual data.
Just for
It's pretty amazing.
clarification.
And here's one thing I just want to say before you do the clarification thing.
No, I was going to ask: is this the same guy who extracted the send me ETH? Because I don't know who you guys were talking about.
You get nothing.eth? No.
Oh, okay, all
right. So this is all right. So example, I'm not a whale in this by any means, or anything like that. But what I did put into Pond, not too long ago, they opened up, basically it's basically like a staking with rewards in it, and the staking is turned into like an APY. But just I have added a $400 a week paycheck by locking my coins up, and like I said, I'm no whale in this.
I don't know if this is like Stockholm syndrome or you were just like early enough to the Ponzi and are profitable. But at the end of the day, it's definitely a pyramid scheme. The money's coming from somewhere.
I have feelings of that, but I have yet to see proof of that's what it is.
Well, dude, didn't he mev his own launch of something else not even like a month ago and pull like $70 million, like wreck people of $70 million, like not even a month ago. I think this was like the last 30 days.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
I don't know, Beach Dog, before I end up, talking anymore about Polly, I'll do a little bit more homework. I don't want to just talk about I've seen certain posts and I know I've seen XYZ, right? Like I want to be able to give you those posts. But I mean, hey, as long as you feel like you're winning right now, I'm not going to, say that you're not, right? Like you
I guess my
obviously
thing is I wish we were all winning together on this one, and I feel very alone that I'm the only one winning.
Well,
and it's really weird. I mean, it's really weird. It's a weird place to be because
hey, maybe
winning
my
with you
research
guys
throughout this next week, I will figure out that what I have been blinded by the masses. That all the other stuff that I've seen, all the other threads and everything that I've seen about Polly are just hearsay, and that some of the stats are backing you. Maybe I'll see that, and maybe I will.
I hope you do.
See the other way. So I'll look both, and I'll be fair and I'll be objective toward you, and I'll look a little bit more into it. But
yeah, that's fantastic because I want everybody to win. The only reason about it is because this is the DEX that he created is pretty amazing, and how it works. The DEX it just returns. There's not profit being taken for him or his company. He owns zero in it. He's got the biggest lawyers, that represent people out there behind this coin.
Money's coming from somewhere. But hey,
well, yeah,
we will talk more about the pros and cons of Polly this next week. I don't want to get too far into it because I feel like we could dive down a big rabbit hole by focusing on that.
Yeah, he owns no Wonky Stonks, so I ain't buying into no Polly Ponzi.
I agree. I
pinned up at the top the tweet that I've seen. Granted, I read the headline, and I'm not gonna fucking go Zach XBT everybody's tweet that calls every grifter out. But just from past experience, I'll take
even
it.
That tweet starts out with "it looks like," so there's no actual data there. It's just somebody's opinion.
It's circumstantial. The evidence is all circumstantial. No, anyways, don't care anymore.
At this point, after 11 or 12 fucking years in this place, I need to see some fucking data. I need to ignore the noise,
Bro, here's the deal.
If you've been into crypto for 12 years and you're buying Polly's coins, you got to get a new strat, dude.
No, Rooster, not necessarily, right? Listen, because here's the deal. You can have winners. You can have winners on coins and through people.
Yes.
That not everybody else will, right? And that's That's okay. If you can find a way to find that edge, I am not going to sit there and knock it per se, right?
No, as a winner on Luna, I agree in both directions. I definitely agree.
Right. I understand. I just like I said, I'm not a big whale. I put in some money. I'm a whale in here with stonks. Not as big as most of you, but I've got like 30 of these things. I've got more money here than I do in Polly's coin. But at the same time, I'm now getting paid about $400 a week off of just
Rooster, how much were you making off GMX? Or not GMX, off of GMT?
I didn't get into GMT.
At one point, it was like, shit, 800 something bucks a day. That I kept reinvesting like straight into the shoes. Yeah, I went about.
Well,
for the 2 weeks for the 2 weeks it was up only.
Yeah.
I reinvested everything, and then as soon as I got to that max level where I'm like, all right, here's where I start cashing everything out. That's when you flooded my bags to zero, and I lost it all.
We're automatically cashed out once a week once you claim. So that's literally, and it comes in wrapped ETH.
I'm over here dying because I remember that clear as day. You Kaleo fucking right.
Every week I'd be like, all right, we're going to do our weekly weather report. Is GMT/stepping zero yet? And like, I did it for a couple months. Okay, Beach Dog, that's what I'll do. I'll just do my weekly weather report. Is Pond Coin zero yet? And, again, it probably won't be for a while. But, we might get there eventually. We'll see.
It's okay. I just kind of think that some of us are early, some of us get in later. This is probably going to be one of those things because of the way the DEX is built. In order to, the DEX, they built it in such a way that they are not making any money off of the DEX. The team holds zero Pond Coin. Poly owns zero Pond Coin, and all of and the 1.1 because that's what slippage is 1.1. You can go higher on it or not, but the 1.1 slippage, it comes back to the people, all of it. He built a DEX where the DEX and the people of the DEX aren't making money, but actually to build the DEX
Well,
Beach Dog, I love you, but
I love you, Beach Dog. I'm happy for you. I'm going to let it run, but we're going to go ahead and shift to something
else. It's all good. It's all good. Thanks for
because I don't think either of us are going to convince each other right here on this space.
Anybody.
So
I just want you to be, really, when you look at this coin,
I promise you, brother, I will look through it this week. I promise you.
Awesome.
And we'll get more into it. But
another news.
I do appreciate.
I have a way to change this up for a second too. I did say I had two things. The other thing is that I love this community, and I'm going to need you guys here in the future. I'm going to have to go through some pretty traumatic operation that I was not planning on. That I'm not sure what the fuck's going to happen. I don't know what's really going to happen with this shit. Supposedly it's been done well. For some reason, I have some sort of weird tiny infection that started making these weird kidney stones in my kidneys. And in a year, I grew what my doc calls a bag full of marbles and one that's bigger than a golf ball. And we're still trying to figure out what is causing it. We think we might have stopped it, but we don't know what it is. But these things are going to have to come out through my back in some surgeries. And I'm hoping I can lean on this community a little bit, just keep me smiling and all of that shit.
Hey, bro, if you ever need a laugh, you can come on here, talk through whatever. I mean, hop inside the Citadel too. We'll make sure to be an escape for that, because I know that's going to be a rough time, man. But that's the thing too. I think that's really unique about this space in general. whether it be like, heck, Matt, for instance, hey, you should read through his book and some of his story with what he's gone through, right? Just insane, you know, just
Agreed.
persistence to
Yeah.
be able to, push through where he is today, like, is a miracle in and of itself, right? So, like, the way that he has that constant optimism, just that in the energy he brings, even if he claims, the crazy part is Matt, even when he has a bad day, still gives energy, right? He doesn't
That's
take it.
right. I cannot
Like,
go into this
Listen, man,
without a positive attitude.
we're one big family here, brother. This has been established since fucking mint day.
Agreed.
Every single one of us are here for each other, man. And we're in this wild, crazy space. It's fucking chaos, but at the end of the day, we are still strong together, man. That's what makes Wonky Stonks what Wonky Stonks is. It's family, brother. We got you. We love you. We'll pray for you, man.
My sanity is here with you guys when it comes to this crazy, crazy space. It has been here with you guys before I owned any stocks. As I was just listening and stuff, before I ever got up, like whatever it is, over a year or however long ago it was when I got in. But, I love the honesty that comes from you, Kaleo. I love when when you're right or wrong, you talk about it. And that's what builds community. And all these people here are the same. They'll tell you their wins and losses. It's not about attitude or hype well, we all hype stuff, but, it's not about selfishness here so much with this group. It's about working together and being beautiful to one another. And that's why I just shared something with you guys that's pretty damn personal. Love y'all.
We love you too, brother.
yeah, appreciate you sharing, man. That's I know it's not easy, but definitely just let us know how we can pray for you, be there for you, and um, like, again, we're there for you.
I will. I'll probably get to, if I'm in the hospital on a Friday when a Wonky Stonks happening, I'm laying in a hospital bed. Probably I'll dilute it up with Dilaudid, a derivative of morphine. I'll come talk to y'all because I'll probably need a good laugh.
I'll make sure to record it so I can play it back for you, so you will get a good laugh after it's
Yeah,
all said and done.
because the last time I was on Dilaudid in a hospital for just for an accident a whole bunch of years back, my wife said that I was kind of hallucinating and talking coherently.
Bro, are
So
you sure you're not on that right now after that poly rant?
no, no, it's been kind of just kind of interesting because everyone's been so quiet about it, like in here. And I did. That's the only reason I brought it up. I'm like, I don't understand.
Speaking about being quiet about things, I got to call Johnny Solana up here on the stage to give me more information on what's went and what's been going down with the Jupe and JLP. Because, like I said, I was unplugged this week at the mountains, and it seemed like they are. Ooh, did he run? He
He
ran.
left as soon as you said that. It's like somehow he has some secret hand. He's the shadow government behind it, and he's like, nope, I'm out of here. My NDA says I can't talk.
Dude, because like I need to be caught up because again, like I'll try to do a little bit of catching up last night, but it seems they are pulling liquidity and halting trading after 7 days, and is gonna lock up essentially around 250 million. I think the math was no more selling after 7 days. And then I think they're using that to provide liquidity once they reopen. Essentially, they did a fundraiser. They used the hype of the airdrop to generate buzz, right? And then used it as a fundraiser instead of like a pre-ICO or whatever the fuck, where you get in at discounted prices in opening. No, they just opened it up for market price, fundraise that money. Then they're like, all right, thanks. We'll come back to this later. I must be missing something you know, I was sidelined through the whole Jupiter thing, so I haven't really been following it super closely. So I
Yeah,
would
you
like
missed a
to be
whole lot of
filled
shit,
in.
brother. You missed a whole lot of stuff. I wish
Yeah, I need to
B-Ways
be
was up
filled
here
in.
to educate us real quick because the cat is cool and the cat's doing some cool shit.
I wish I could tell you I'm clueless. That's my thing again this week. I have been more MIA on the timeline than I would like to be. But you know, I will not lie, it's really coincided with a nice time because correct me if I'm wrong, as far as just price action and a lot of stuff happening, it's been a pretty quiet week relatively to what we've had over the past several months, right? You know, I get it. There's always going to be some type of small drama on the timeline, but relatively, right, things have kind of cooled off a little bit this week, just across the board. You've got a little bit of stuff moving, but I mean, heck, even in the NFT space, it's like a little bit of a cool off after that big run up with Pudgies to 20. You know, seen a little step back on some stuff, and it's been nice knowing, because when everything's going straight up, you don't get any type of mental break because you're constantly engaged with, okay, what is the next thing to be able to rotate to? How can I do this, that, or the other? And like for this to land when I am super busy in real life, just getting this stuff kind of settled and transitioned has been a blessing.
I texted B-Ways, so hopefully he's coming on stage here now.
Oh, he's coming. He's coming.
Oh, let's go B-Ways.
Kaleo,
Who'd you invite up?
B-Ways. I
Who?
hope he's coming. Who is B-Ways? I don't know.
Like, I don't know who he is.
I don't know, man. It's fucking mystery. But anyways, are you coming to St. Pete, or are you gonna crab out?
St. Pete, you said 420?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, actually, seriously, DM me the info for it. I think I honestly probably can.
All right, so I set you up in a chat privately with us and a couple guys, and I put a link there for discounted room rates. I already got the hookup for us.
Yo, I will look into it, man. Like, that actually sounds like a really good time.
Yeah, super chill vibes, man. We're not gonna do like hardcore partying. So just beach vibes, man. Just the wonky board.
Depends on how
Hey,
pre-rich we are. I
hey,
mean,
do
who
you still have the
knows?
boat, Matt?
What?
Do you still have the boat?
No, man, I sold the boat, dude.
Well, and the boat was in Tampa, wasn't it?
Yeah. But I mean, that's 30 minutes away.
Well, wait, St.
Sounds
Pete.
like you got to buy a boat again before April.
Okay, I kid you not. I do have a buddy that has 2 company yachts there.
Let's fucking go, baby.
And I could maybe see, like, they were tax write-offs. So he has to do, we might be able to make that happen. I might be able to swing something for that for a decent rate. So
Dude, I got a buddy who does wraps. We can get the yacht wrapped in stonks.
that could finally fulfill the dream that we've all talked about. So I am actually going to look into this and see if we could make that happen, because that would be sick.
Hey, just for a last thing, Cleo, I posted in the Strand, the numbers on what we were talking about with PNDC, so you can check them out.
I appreciate it, sir. Again, hey, I kid you not. I am actually, it's kind of nice hearing from somebody that, because the majority of my timeline, 100%, is all negative towards something. So I appreciate when I can hear both sides of an argument and like hear it from somebody that I like you, right? Like, I like you, respect you, and I like to hear the thought process behind the counterpoint to it. So, you know, I'm going to look into it, going to take the time and, you know, try to be as objective as I possibly can. And, you know, we can go from there.
Yeah, what I posted has the Dune dashboard on it and just all kinds of info. Would love your opinion on the data. Maybe even a chart for it. I don't know.
We'll see, man. We'll see.
Speaking about opinions, I want to get B-Ways in here real quick to
All right.
school Rooster on some juke drops.
Yeah, I missed the conversation. What's up, guys?
I'm asking to be filled in on, because I've been pretty much MIA this week at the mountain on the Jupe and JLP thing.
Yeah, I mean, what JLP? What is that?
Isn't that their like liquidity token, JLP?
Oh, JLP. Okay.
Their liquidity pool token.
Yeah, I mean, I think the launch. I'm obviously not an expert in liquidity pools, to be honest. I use some of them, but and provide a bit to farm, but that's kind of it. But yeah, it seems like a lot of the criticism for the Jupiter launch was that the team put like a couple of % of the supply in a pool, like a pretty tight range, like 40 cents to 70 cents or 30 to 70 or whatever. And while that was all disclosed before, it wasn't really communicated that well, I think. So people weren't really aware that the team was, or most people were not aware that the team was actually selling potentially a little stake here, and taking some money off the table. Now, I think that thought was a little bit overdone. To be honest, I think it's just, leads to stabilization of the coin in the first week. And then they have claimed that they will not actually extract liquidity, but even keep it in the team wallet and build stuff with it. So, yeah, I feel like there was like this massive outrage for like a couple of hours on the team at Jupiter taking some money. And to be honest, I think even if that were the case, right, even if they take whatever, a couple $100 million after giving people, $1 billion essentially for free, they didn't have to do this, right? It's just a Web3 thing to give tokens to people. They didn't have to do this. If they take some profit from building the best platform on Solana for DeFi, I think that's actually not bad. Like people have to make money if they create cool stuff. So I feel like I've seen so much envy and outrage on the timeline, but I think it's been overdone personally. I think it's going to be hard to get around Jupiter as the main platform on Solana, really, to kind of move money around. And so I would not fade it, is my point. I'm not saying buy this thing. I got a little bit to claim and I'm just holding it, but I would just not fade it. I think that is going to be a big name for probably years to come, is my...
What did they mean when they said no selling after 7 days?
I think it was just I can't remember if it was a tweet or Meow, which is the founder, in a space saying it, but I can find it. I'll try to find it and pin it. But what they say is like they would, take the whatever comes out of the pool, right? It's going to be a mix probably of Jupe and Sol, presumably, depending on where price is exactly. And they would then put it in a team vault. And they said either to hold there for the time being, see what they do with it later, and or provide some liquidity down the line again as well. That's kind of what they said.
But anybody else can, like, it'll still be tradable, kind of, if other people provide liquidity, right? I mean, if they're only pulling their portion out, or are they like halting trading somehow?
No, I think why it's trading so tight is just because that liquidity pool is so thick. They added just so much to it, relative to the circulating supply. Again, I'm not an expert. I don't know what the percentage is in the pool, but I think it's probably very, very big, which is why it's been like kind of Mitch McConnelling, in this kind of 60 cents to 70 cents range since it launched. It's not done anything, just because there's just so much. It's just such a thick wall there. So I think that is the issue, and that drops away in, I think it's now 5 days from now, or could drop away. Depends what the team does with it. And I think then we're going to see some action, right? I mean, I don't know which direction that action will be. It's like a $6 billion fully diluted here market cap, so it's not nothing either. But I think that is going to be exciting just for the whole eco. I think people were expecting such excitement and drama and probably a lot of price action, and that could spill over into other things on Solana. And I think few, including myself, really realized what was going to happen with this pool, which kind of maybe dampened the excitement a little bit. I think that is actually the worst outcome of it. It's good that it's stable, but it dampened a little bit of the price action that I think would have spilled over into other things. But I think that could still happen maybe next week. Let's see.
Yeah, definitely agree on, like, I mean, if you got free tokens, you got free tokens. Who knows what they do end up doing? I think the main issue, the two main issues, for one, for me, was I had been hearing about Jupe for what feels like a century now, and never had I once heard that they were going to be, pulling liquidity. Yes, I hear it was in the docs. I know 98% of the people are not going to read the docs, especially aping tokens on launch. And, that's just your risk. But again, I heard nobody talking about it in the entire time that I heard about Jupe. And if it's been there the entire time, why didn't anybody ever bring it up beforehand? And it kind of seemed to come as a surprise. And then the second thing is, killing your momentum. I mean, for just being like an exchange token, I'm not sure, or a DEX token. I'm not sure exactly how they're going to incorporate everything, but it doesn't seem like the brightest move, because if it's just going to be like governance, at the end of the day, people are going to be like, I don't give a shit anymore. And
that's true. So I think again, I'm not even a Jupe expert, to be honest, but I think that they will probably do more with it than just governance, right? They have this launch pad where they launched Jupe itself, the token, but also before there was their kind of meme test the week before. I think there's definitely some speculation that holding some of the, some Jupe, whatever that amount is, will lead to benefits on that launch pad, right? And that launch pad is, presumably going to launch a ton of coins. That's speculative. Maybe some people know if that's confirmed or not, but I do think they will try to drive some value to it beyond just governance and speculation. But to be honest, I mean, there's other no one has to go and buy Jupe, per se. Maybe it goes to 60 billion valuation, 10x's in 2 years, and max hype. Who knows, right? But there's other things out there you can do on Solana and other places too. But I just think, I agree with you. I do think the communication there should have been better and clearer for such a big topic, to be honest. And that is kind of hard to excuse. It feels a little bit bad in that sense, right? That it wasn't really clear. But I don't think that the team are bad actors, and I also don't think that this platform is going anywhere. I think it's going to be a really big part of Solana. So I think people, let's get over it, and obviously track some of the behavior. But I think so far on net, it's kind of I would kind of trust the team, I would say, overall.
Anyways, did you hear about them tying up that liquidity for future airdrops? I heard some kind of speculation about that.
Interesting. I don't know. I think what is for sure is that it's only like 13% of the supply has so far been put into the ether, right? So it's really a small portion. And every January they're going to release another tranche. So probably it's going to be like 10% a year for the next 8-9 years. So that's kind of the rough plan they have. So there's definitely going to come more airdrops are going to come, and I think that's actually a pretty smart way of doing it. Just build for most of the year and then get some hype, drop some more tokens, make support the ecosystem. So that is going to happen. I'm not sure about any other liquidity provision topics, etc. I haven't really been too focused on it in the last day. Just kind of mindless holding, and well, not actually mindless, but I'm not actually tracking it every single second, and then playing some of these kind of high beta Jupe ecosystem coins, like what, which I'm just vibing with, to be honest.
What?
Yeah, that's I just having a good time, man. Just having a good time. That's really all I'm doing now, and that's kind of the only meme coin I'm even still in. Just
B-Ways, why haven't you given Rooster the alpha on these meme coins? Because he told me he came back this week after the week in the mountains, and all of his Soul meme coin, like he started off this space just shitting on Soul meme coins, talking about how they're all down 80% this week and how he hates everything to do with Solana because of that. And I'm really just curious, why haven't you been steering him in the right direction? What have you been doing?
I mean, I've been
gatekeepers. That's what they are.
Yeah, to be honest, like I've been up on some and down on some. Like I'm not even sure if I could have guided in the right direction. To be honest, it's been pretty much fun. The last couple of days have been tough, man. If you just spot the last couple of days, that's going to be a rough one. And I think a couple will make it though. I believe.
No, I mean, if you bought in the last couple of days, you're not down like a crazy amount. If you bought anywhere before a couple of days and have held, then you're down like 80%. I do think the Jupe airdrop sucked up a little bit of a liquidity in the ecosystem. Speaking about airdrops too, I think word on the street is we're getting our Demi checks on February 6th. So that should be a nice little stimulus, especially for penguins, lads, and Tia stakers. And then, yeah, that's pretty much all I got on that. But also, B-Ways, before you inevitably, end up jumping off, got to hear a hot take from you.
Well, I think hot take. I'm not sure how hot it is, but these R6 on ordinals are just. I've been obsessed about them. Kind of in the last few days and week, and those could go. Those could go to the moon. I think, in a sense, by the time that the halving happens on Bitcoin. I would definitely take a look at it. It's incredible price action there, and I don't know if that's going to be one of the main runes tokens, which is a new ordinals or some kind of fungible standard on Bitcoin. Then anything is possible there. So I would just keep an eye out there and start understanding that one RSIC thing, just because it's interesting. I'm not sure how hot that is, Rooster.
Yeah, I was expecting one of your one of your recent ETH tweets to be resurfaced, but I was trying to get it spicy.
Yeah. I still don't know what I'm not sure what the latest is said on it, or what was the latest on it, to be honest. But I still find it hard to see ordinals and Sol as an ecosystem not outperform ETH for also for 2024. This already happened in 2023. I just don't see anything that changes that dynamic. Obviously, with exceptions, right? I mean, like there's projects that are doing really well, but overall, it just feels like there's much more value creation on ordinals and Solana. And I've been asking around actively, like, why people do keep, or some people at least, keep spending just singularly focused time on the Ethereum ecosystem. And I think there are potentially some good reasons for that, but I just want to kind of learn from people on that one. Why.
I saw a post on this recently, and I tend to agree with it. If you're bullish on ETH in general, as far as just holding the token is concerned, there are better tokens to hold that you're going to get a much higher beta with still. For instance, I think AVAX is still up there, right? I think ARB, Optimism. You can go down like the list of a few of these different tokens that are heck near even still. You can go through a list of different tokens that I still think will outperform ETH on a relative basis for holding the token itself.
Yeah, like the entire market's going to outperform Bitcoin. I mean, once you get into super large caps.
Exactly. That doesn't mean the coin is dead, right? It does not mean, it's one of those things where the safer that you go, the less upside percentage wise, it's risk reward. It's what it comes down to. So
I put on the top there, Vlad, the legend.
Right.
He put some stats on the jute pool from his bestowed AI that he created for DynoDix.
Absolute legend.
I need to check that out. I am curious, B-Ways, too. Do you have any no chill from Pythonomics thing?
No, I don't even have an AVAX wallet. That's the problem. I just
bro, here, send me. Somebody.
You
send
do
me,
have an AVAX wallet. It's literally your Ethereum
It's literally
wallet.
your ETH wallet, bro. Come on now. You got MetaMask.
I don't even know that. I know literally negative things about AVAX.
I'm going to onboard you to AVAX right now with this. Okay. You create a just go in there, go to MetaMask, and from MetaMask, go to your private seed. Send that over to me. No, I'm just kidding. Go to select a network, click the Avalanche. Like, it's that easy.
Yeah.
And boom, you have an AVAX wallet.
Bullish. It shows how much I know about it. I appreciate it.
I minted no chill,
So
but I don't have
once you get
tokens.
there, send it to me in a DM. I'm going to send you some of that token because I had somebody yesterday tip me 10 million of it, which was 100 AVAX worth. I kid you not, just some whale in the arena tipped me 10 million worth to be able to send out to people. So I have just been sending out a crap ton to different people because it's one of those things, like, if you got a meme token like that, it's more fun whenever more people have exposure to it. and especially when your friends do in it. And I like seeing Pythonomics win. And it's kind of crazy too. Like the fact it's integrated into that has really actually given it some real utility, which is kind of wild in and of itself.
Python's coming to St. Pete with us, bro.
Let's go. But okay, send me that over. I'm gonna send this to you. And send it to the Kaleo DM, not, I mean, you can send it either. I don't care either way.
Appreciate it.
And then boom, you're onboarded over to AVAX. You've got your first AVAX meme coin.
Wait, here's a question. Do ENS names work on Avalanche?
Do ENS names work on? Actually, I don't know. I've got an AVAX domain name, an Avi domain is what they call it, but I'm not sure whether ENS domains do. I think I saw a post the other day that they do from somebody.
Let's test it out. Send about $1 million over to cryptorooster.eth, and I'll let you know exactly if it ends up coming through on the AVAX side.
Let me see real quick. I've got to go over here. You know what? I will send some tokens over to. I'm not sending you a dang million right now. I sent you 169,000 earlier. Let's see this. I got to go over, change wallets. Okay. So I'm going to send. AVAX has no chill. I'll send you another 25,000. So cryptorooster.eth. Okay.
80s, baby, not ETH.
What's that? Oh, 80s. It's not working. No address has been set to this name. I think you might actually be able. There's a way that you might be able to make that work, but to resolve the address to it for AVAX, but I guess it's not native.
Now I understand all the ETH, but I'm selling everything.
So RIP. But let's see. Did B-Way still hasn't sent this to me yet?
I did.
Oh, you just did a minute ago. I'm gonna send. I gave Rooster 169,000 tokens. I'll give B-Ways 169,000.
Shit.
Okay.
420,6,900.
B-Ways, that is a solid $70 right there. AKA a solid future 7,000.
Legendary. Man, I'm actually very happy.
Actually, I got to make it 169,420 just to make it better.
Yeah, legend. I'm actually really happy.
Actually, 169,420.80085. I don't get why 8,085 or 80,085 isn't a more used meme number for people. But, just me trying to make it a thing.
I like it.
Okay, it is pending, and you should have it. You should have it in there.
Legendary. I'm going to check it out.
Oh, yeah, I've got to send you the contract address to add to the token to your thing. I'll send that over to you right now so you can import it to your wallet, and you'll be able to check it out, and boom, you officially have it.
I don't even think you need to. I think it's like one of the recommended. I think it's actually.
I don't think it's up there yet. But yeah, you got the contract address. Boom, just send it to you. Just press import tokens, and as soon as you put the contract address in there, it fills up.
It actually, it showed up as import token immediately, so it was very easy. Didn't even have to import it. Bullish.
And boom, see, it's easy. Like, and you know how much that fee cost me? Maybe not as cheap as Sol, but I think it cost about 1.5 cents.
Yeah, that's free, to be honest.
And it was fast. So
I'm going to become an AVAX maxi at this point here.
I really think you should. Hey, look at that chart too. Like, there are a lot of things untapped in the AVAX ecosystem I've actually become pretty bullish on. Their NFT game, their NFT game is actually starting to really pick up a little bit. You should check out the hyperspace stuff.
I think it's funny. D Huts was freaking showing us on AVAX 2 years ago. We weren't even batting an eye at it.
If you're bullish on AVAX, you'll be bullish on Blast, because didn't they essentially just copy their code and then add a typo and become Blast, and then tweak a couple other things?
I mean, it doesn't surprise me. That's like 90% of the 90% of the other, I don't want to say L2, L1, L2s that are out there are just slight tweaks of other code. And, hey, if it's done well enough, it's got enough money backing it, it'll do okay.
Great artist steal, baby. Just like Wonky Stonks are stolen straight off TradingView, FOMO charts, but that's where we are, baby.
Bro, you can't say that because people actually think that in here, right? Like, you gotta teach them what's actually happening. We're here to evangelize to the people. But hey, another thing too, on that note, as part of the whole video and other stuff that we talked about, Rooster, we're also doing a site overhaul. That's on the list of things because I was talking to Hondo about it, and just, coming from a pure art perspective, thought that it'd be like the site right now, the current one. It's got like, an old school gamey, whatever, a little bit of a wonky type vibe. But when I look at it, it's not a serious vibe. And I really think, especially with the point that we're at right now, where, becoming serious about the art, becoming serious about the project, becoming, letting that be the tone of it, I think that it just needs to be a cleaner look. So I think that we are going to do a rehaul just to an overall cleaner UI for the site itself. So if you have any sites that you're like, man, that's like a good inspiration for the design, feel free to send it over, because we're taking stuff into consideration right now for that theme.
Why don't you do like research, like some, I don't know, art museum?
Hey, trust me, I am looking through that. I am looking through those, right? Like, but yeah, that's kind of the theme that we're gonna take with it. But
What we also need to do? We need to create like a merch package that is only accessible by wonky whales. And it'll be like a whale bundle, and you have to be a whale to even be able to purchase it.
I like that.
Should link up with Vlad too and get a custom wonky AI built in there. I could set you up.
Do you know her?
Yeah, man. Sweet lady.
I really am curious, Vlad, if that PFP has gotten you any more followers since you've had it. If it has worked, because there's nothing more that the average. Hey, just give me a thumbs up if you've noticed a trend up in the followers since you've switched it.
But
Okay,
I love that. It was still called Vlad.
Oh wait, he's coming up. Coming up, or she's coming up. I'm sorry, she. Yeah, like whatever it identifies as right now, we're gonna roll with.
Please let it be AI spoken. Like
That would be
just let it fulfill itself.
Queen, what's up? Welcome to the stage.
Jeez. Yeah, I missed half of what you were saying, but like, has the image getting me any more followers? No, not really. I seem to get followers from similar from like authentic bot accounts.
I was telling him that
You got to start somewhere.
I was telling him Edgewise needs to get hired by Wonkies to build a bespoke AI chatbot for us, man. Have it talk like a quant.
Yeah, just
You know,
No, we are Kaleo. It would have to be spoken like Kaleo. Anytime you ask,
I
Bitcoin
mean,
is
we
a
can
magnet
sample
to
it.
100K. Like no matter what question you ask, like Bitcoin is a magnet and it's bullish. That should be the AI.
Vlad, you want to know the secret to gaining follower? Well, actually, so a few things that you need to do. So one, you've got to have a more generic crypto type name for your main name, right? Like when I was talking to Solana Legend when I had dinner with him, he just said that he happened to ride the wave. He was like, man, I had this name, Solana Legend, before Solana really took off. So now everybody, whenever they saw my name, they just followed me, right? They're like, who is this Solana Legend? So you switch to a more generic name, pick whatever it is. And you don't even necessarily have to specialize in that type of content. But once you do that, one, you simp in replies. But number two, if you really just want it's a little bit laborious to go through and do it, but to get real followers, one way that you can do it, you just follow a ton of accounts yourself. So you look at the replies of a bunch of big accounts because reply guys follow reply guys. So you go to the bigger accounts, whatever the people that are replying to those, you just blindly start following them. And guess what? By following people, a lot of those people just blindly follow whoever follows them back. It just happens. If they have a name that is relevant in the space, and you seem like a legitimate account, it does. So you start to then grow your account slowly via doing that. And then eventually you've got to go through, this is the painful part. There's no unfollow all button. You've got to eventually go through and unfollow everybody. But I mean, it does work. Like, I kid you not. If you want real organic followers, not having to buy people, that's one way to be able to connect because people want to connect with, people that see them. So
Change the name to Princess of Finance.
I no, yeah, but I mean, keep your PFP. Keep your PFP. Do like Princess of Finance or Princess Vlad, right? Like, I don't care. I mean, maybe Princess Vlad is some, new trendy thing in Croatia. Like, maybe that's what they're going with for, the male female type of switch up.
Yeah, I think
Power move 2024.
it's probably in Thailand, man. But yeah,
it sounds like so much work.
Yeah, just a little bit of groundwork. I mean, yes, it does take that.
Oh,
Like, I
Jesus
kid you
Christ.
not, whenever I was first building Kaleo, like back in late 2017, I remember sitting, every single time that I took a little restroom break and I'm sitting on the shitter and I'm just sitting there. I'm like, all right, what am I going to do? I'm going to spend the next 10 minutes just following random accounts and I'm going to build this sucker up. And guess what? It worked there at the beginning. It worked. I think I got from 2,000 followers to 4,000 followers using that approach before I realized, man, this is like driving me insane and I'm done with this. And now I've got to spend even longer every day unfollowing people.
Sounds like
But
something you'd want to automate, probably.
yeah, something you probably could easily automate.
Yep.
So
At least the AI could.
Yeah. But hey, then I get a bunch of crap on my timeline and shit.
it is what it is. Like, your timeline won't be perfectly curated. You're gonna have to create another account for that.
Yeah, I think I'm too lazy at the moment, but I will take suggestions on the name, and suppose we'll go from there. Otherwise, the goal is going to be 400 followers in 2030 or something. It's just in line with population growth.
Yeah, give me a second. Let's see. I believe in you. Like, I think it's gonna happen. Let's see.
This man's gonna have 1 million followers within a
Dear
year.
God, no.
Just watch.
Kaleo's cooking
Please
up a
no.
Vlad shout out.
No. This is not a Vlad shout out. Celebrating the awesome day my favorite coin #Stratus is having. I'm feeling generous. If I have over 1K followers by this Saturday, January 13th, I will give away 4 strat to one lucky person. RT and follow for a chance to win. Cheers and good luck. #crypto.
It's a goated.
We all got to start somewhere, man. We all got to start somewhere.
Wait, was that
Zero
your
comments.
was that your like first giveaway?
Yeah, that was my first giveaway I think I ever did. So, and I did not hit it by Saturday, January 13th, unfortunately. But I still gave away 2 strat. All right, B-Ways, welcome to the AVAX Maxi Club.
Thanks a lot, man. I'm going to do some work this weekend on AVAX. I got to drop, but really appreciate it, man.
All right, man. Take it easy.
Love you guys.
Much love, brother. Man, we got the whole crew on stage today. I love that. BT, man, how you doing?
BTC art, man.
Same, dude. Wait, y'all can't hear him?
Hey, what's
Wait, can
good?
you hear
What's
him?
good? What's good, fellas? Love and light. I'm about 2:30 out here on this par 5, just kind of questioning what I should do. But I've been listening in and out. Thank you enough, Calio, for the Wonks and the whole community. Can't wait to see you guys at the postcard in. Everything's groovy out here, man. Second round of the year, loving it. My partner just absolutely duffed it, so now the pressure's on. Yeah, and thanks for all the Dino Dicks love. I just can't tell you how much it means. It's absolutely incredible.
The Dino Dicks AI love.
Dino Dicks AI. Vlad is building insane stuff in the background. People don't even know what's about to happen. But yeah, I'm gonna jump. But I had to get up and just tell you how much I love you, how much I appreciate you. 80s, Vlad. I guess B-Ways jumped down, but Rooster and all y'all. Means the world. Appreciate you. Peace.
All right, man. Take it easy. All right, gents. Well, I honestly probably need to get rolling myself here as well. I got to get some more stuff done on trying to get this office set up.
Hey, check out that DM group that we have with the St. Pete thing.
I will, man. Like that actually, that sounds like a really good time. So love you guys. It's been fun. Love these kind of just chill spaces, getting to catch up, getting to BS during the quiet time of the market. Looking forward to next week for episode 103. Wonky Stonks are inevitable. We will see you guys next time.
Cheers, everybody. Have a great rest of the weekend.
Much love.